If your hips are tight and it's hard to get the knees to drop lower than the hip joints, then one of the things you can switch to is sitting on a bench. In Zen, this is called seiza style, or a seiza bench. The way these benches are constructed out of wood is that they're set up on a 9-degree angle. And this 9-degree angle allows your pubic bone to drop, as I talked about earlier, so that again, when your pubic bone is dropping, your lower back draws in, and there's a sense of upliftedness in the spine. So the way you sit on one of these benches is you start by kneeling, and then you place the bench underneath your sitting bones with the knees parallel to each other. You can see here from my posture that the angle, the 9-degree angle of the seat here, has created a drop in the pubic bone so that I can sit upright and then take the hand mudra and have a forward gaze. Some people who have sacrum issues like to keep the knees a little bit wider, but most people like to keep the knees parallel so that the femur bones are fairly neutral or only slightly internally rotated. This is a really great posture for people who have tight hips. Now, the key in kneeling is you want to make sure that you're sitting with your sitting bones at the edge of your bench. Some people bring the buttocks too far back on the bench. And if your buttocks come too far back on the bench, the edge of the bench will press into your hamstrings. And if the edge of the bench cuts into the hamstrings, it will start to create tingling or even numbness somewhere in the legs, because it can cut off circulation. So when you're sitting on the bench, sit as close as you can to the front edge of the bench. So the bench is essentially holding the sitting bones rather than the hamstrings.